Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Fiji's sevens players ready for final showdown in London. Traders to front court for alleged fraud. And FDB works towards securing Green Climate Fund.
From the studios of FBC Suva, I'm Rita Saga.
The Fiji Airways Sevens team will meet Canada in the first Cup quarter-final of the London Sevens tonight after a brilliant show of quality rugby against New Zealand in their last match early this morning. Fiji produced a clinical performance to outclass them 27-7. Melita Vanga reports.
It was Amenoni Nasila who scored the opening try of the match in the first 5 minutes of play.
And chipping ahead here is Nasila Silla. Bounces off his opposite number, sits up nicely. Nasila Silla, can he get it down? Has he got it down?
The France-based duo stole the show as Semiran Randra and Joshua Tisova both scored a try each to extend the lead 17-0 at half-time.
Tuasova outside him, and here goes Joshua Tuasova, showing a clean pair of heels. It's not all power, there's plenty of pace too. Tuasova. Offload to Randradra, he's got Kurt Baker to beat Semi-Randradra. No contest, too good.
Tisova proved that he is the boss as he broke through the New Zealand defense line to score a double.
Tuasova, Joshua Tuasova!
Wesena Dungu had the final say for Fiji to seal the victory.
Fiji with the bit between their teeth looking for another one. Have they got it? You bet they have. It's Wasea Nathunga.
New Zealand was fortunate enough to score a try in the last few seconds of the match.
He offloads back to Dixon, and New Zealand will finally get some points in this game.
Fiji will take on Canada at 9:58 tonight in the first quarterfinals. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission will be taking prominent traders to court for allegedly abusing the Homes Care program. Chief Executive Joel Abraham confirms they have identified 3 traders against which legal action will be taken by Wednesday this week. Pranita Prakash reports.
A joint task force including Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission and Consumer Council began investigation into the allegations of fraud against traders last month.
Certain issues of price disparity, no price marking. What happens is when there's no price marking and there's no prices that are on the particular product itself, it takes away the consumer's ability to make an informed decision. And I can confirm we'll be taking legal action against 3 of these traders, and by early next week we will be filing charges in court.
FCCC has so far received more than 20 complaints against traders allegedly engaged in price gouging.
And anybody that is there thinking, whether you are a trader or you're a consumer and you're thinking you're going to try and beat the system, you must know somebody's always going to be watching.
The consumer watchdog says consumers also have a responsibility.
So honesty must be paramount, and to avoid going through any legal battle over some of these issues, we encourage consumers that if you had taken the card wrongly, not knowingly, then you need to return the card.
Meanwhile, the amnesty period for ineligible recipients under CARE initiative has been reopened until June 15th. This is done to allow more Fijians to return assistance they may have been ineligible to receive. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
A 26-year-old man has died after he was hit by 2 minivans along Ratumara Road yesterday morning. Police say in the first incident, the victim was crossing the road from the Fiji National University side when he was allegedly hit by a minivan heading towards Suva. After being hit, the victim ran back towards FNU when he was allegedly hit again by another minivan, which was also heading towards Suva on the inner lane. The victim was rushed to the CWM hospital where he passed away shortly afterwards. The road death toll now stands at 24. The Fiji Development Bank is still in the process of trying to meet the conditions set out for them on their accreditation for the Green Climate Fund. FDB has already met 8 out of the 10 conditions set and is currently working on the remaining 2. Ali Kimbia with the story.
After creating history by being the first development bank in the South Pacific to be accredited by the Green Climate Fund, the Fiji Development Bank expects to start accessing the funds by next month.
Before we get to first project submission and fund disbursement. And the conditions relate to more so internal policies and frameworks. And the 2 policies that are the subject of today are 2 critical policies required for external engagement.
Mark Clove says they will need to meet the conditions first in order to access the Green Climate Fund to start funding projects pertaining to climate change.
The 2 policies and the completion of the 2 policies represent a milestone for FDB. They're major policies, obviously, when it comes to projects. Procurement, and in particular, is quite important, and the JESI policy is equally important.
Our task is really to escalate the process and ensure that we get into the next possible board meeting to finalize our agreement and get this going.
The GCF is a global fund that supports the efforts of developing countries to adapt their economies to the impacts of climate change. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Still to come, Fijian Fashion Festival wraps up. And in Successful Fijian tonight, meet the Vanua Clay Fiji family. Stay with us.
Bula, nevang go malakai leloma, gongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na seri.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na seri.
Gue ada tumeli, aku nak tahu no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na seri.
Warong tuma ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na seri nawaluan.
Nevang go fani na tahu no hinga toka, kita untuk talita kina Bula FM, nambang 2 na seri.
Bula FM, nambang 2 na seri.
One World today launched a new platform for linking up to the world's premier airline alliance, enabling customers to enjoy more services and benefits across an even more extensive global network. The first airline to join in the new capacity as a One World Connect partner will be Fiji Airways. A date will be announced in due course for when Fiji Airways will start offering One World Connect services and benefits. The initial One World sponsors of Fiji Airways will be all 4 of One World's original founding members: American Airlines, British Airways, Cathay Pacific and Qantas. The Australian carrier will additionally mentor Fiji Airways through its One World Connect implementation process. Dredging work is being conducted at the Ngawa River mouth in Lambasa in an effort to help reduce flooding. This was recently commissioned by Waterways Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy. Eleanor Turangaivu has more.
The Ngawa River has only been dredged about 3 times before, the first in 1998, the second in 2000 and the third in 2008. During this time, a total of 658,000 cubic meters of silt was removed from the river.
This is what we have removed, but there is another same amount or more which has gone out to the sea. So you can see, you can imagine the amount of soil erosion that is happening over the last 2 to 3 decades.
Dredging at the Ngawa River started last month and costs are estimated at around $500,000.
We're currently doing dredging for 1.6 kilometers offshore. That's from river mouth to the sea. It's only 130 meters left now to complete this Ngawa River before we move on to other rivers.
Following recent heavy downpours, areas along the Ngawa River have been subjected to flooding. According to Dr. Mahendra Reddy, the waterways are not able to hold water due to silt accumulation, hence the need for dredging.
With this dredging work, we will be protecting areas of Suva, Vua, Bulileka, Batnikama, Namara, Nayaza, especially Lambasa Mill, Unibau, Basonga, and of course the Lambasa town and the greater Lambasa area. So,
Dr. Reddy says they will now have to maintain the river and will look to desilt it annually. Eleanor Turangiview, FBC News.
The fashion revolution is here. This was the phrase on repeat last night at the culmination of the Bottega Fijian Fashion Festival. Fashion Council Chair Faraz Ali says the concept to ensure a national platform for designers has been achieved, and the focus now is to develop more fashion business. Maggie Boyle dropped by the runway and files this report.
Bold, daring and beautiful were some of the highlights of the Fijian Fashion Festival, which ended its debut run on the catwalk last night. For organisers, beyond the lights and glamour is the reality to make this a formidable business.
So I would like to see stronger fashion businesses. As the chairperson of the council, stronger fashion businesses, more commitment to fashion business. I would like to see our market change their perceptions around what it means to buy fashion. And to understand that Fijian fashion is our identity.
The Fashion Festival showcased 23 local and overseas designers over 3 days, ending last night with a group show. As a qualified nurse and budding designer, the youngest to the show, Alipate Sowane, says the festival is an avenue to target buyers.
The festival is not just a show, it's a platform that's been set up by the Fashion Council that's good for small to medium enterprises here in Fiji. So for a young designer like me, it's definitely going to push me out there, definitely going to bring business for me, bring me market, and that's my goal.
While the majority of the designers were locally based, there were a few from abroad who were impressed with the Fijian scene.
Our designs and all the designers here have a special aesthetic, which is not seen anywhere else. And I think would thrive overseas and internationally.
Oh, I love them. So much colour, so much culture, different textures, something different, you know.
The delayed coverage of the Bottega Fijian Fashion Festival shows will be aired on FBC TV at a later date. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
On tonight's Successful Fijian, we hear from a family that took a business on the brink of closure and revived it with an ancient form of art that's making a comeback, albeit with a contemporary twist. Vanua Clay Fiji is a pottery company run by the Lawakeli family out of Nandi, and in its short life, the accolades have poured in. Last year, Vanua Clay Fiji's handmade merchandise was used as official gifts at the COP23 meeting in Bonn, Germany. Maggie Boyle with this success story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Second stage of doing the pendant here. So
there's a saying, may your hands be full of clay and your hearts full of imagination. And for the Vanua Clay Fiji family, that has never rung more true.
It's art. So we're an artist. Some say that we are potters. So in this business, we think to make this business to help people know about how to do potteries.
Initially an aspiring early childhood teacher, the decision to establish the business only 4 years ago has already reaped rewards.
And one is that we did the COP23 for the government to bond. So that was we got recognized, you know. And then this year we got the SME awards for FDB, and we got the awards for the tourism.
The inspiration for their designs for homeware and jewelry, Taito explains, is a reflection of the Fijian environment.
A fish, and we create in such a way that we make a soap dish into a fish design, yeah? Or incense stick holder into a leaf, a kura leaf or breadfruit leaf. We can use that as a platters.
A concept that is easily cooked up in the family's backyard.
It's where we bake all our products. It's a kiln. It can take about more than 6,000 pendants.
And with Vanua Clay Fiji's success, its struggles have also molded the business into what it is today.
When your aim is there and your vision, you keep going. And then when you lost hope, and then you say, no, if I lose this, what will I feed my family? So what I do is just keep going, keep pushing. I fall down and stand up and go again.
Ever the educator, a school of some sort remains on the cards.
I've got plenty of visions in my head that I'd like to open up a school of potteries. There's students and children come in and have classes.
George Bernard Shaw wrote that life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself, a reality for the creativity that is Vanuatu, Fiji. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
And in sports, Hawaii praises France-based duo. And Cast to win top 14 final, this and more coming up.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Jenny Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Fiji Airways men's 7-side beat Argentina 28 points to 19 in the first pool match at the London tournament. Fiji led 14-12 at the halftime mark. Fatema Ravovo, Saveloni, Modena Zangi, Wesena Zungu and Amenoni Nasila scored the tries for the side.
Sadzuk offloading, and that's a nice sharp line back to Machias or Sadzuk. Oh, that's efficiency personified. Ball over the top. Ravovo. Too wide to Ravovo. Pass over the top. It's Gonzalez. Gonzalez will get the try after all. Restart hasn't gone the distance, and Mothanathangi's onto it like a flash, and he stretches his legs and responds in kind for Fiji. Looking for the go-ahead score, sneaking around the corner is left. Out there, the playmaking rolls together. That's gone forward off the dropout though, but it's into the hands of a Fijian, and they only need one opportunity, and they got it. It's Waisea Nathungu. Going to come the short side, but Fiji have won it back at scrum time. And the show and the go from Noni Nasila will seal it for Fiji.
Fiji also won their second pool match of the London Sevens, defeating Scotland 39 points to 12. The national 7 side was leading 15-5 at half-time. They scored a total of 7 tries in the game. Take a look.
Trying to steamroll his way through, keeps it alive. Shapes the pass nicely for Godsmark, gets the angled run on the outside, and you're not going to catch Darcy. Lockwood and Billy getting a touch, and through goes Ravovo again. Ravovo into the backfield. Ravovo, he's absolutely redlining it and has just enough in the tank. Randrandra one further out to Sal. Ronnie Sal. Ain't no stopping. Ronnie Sal. Wait, it's clear now for Nasila. Oh, it's outrageous. Randrandra. Hello, Sammy. Another pass should do it.
And it's over.
And it is Scotland who hit right back. Mothanathangi straightens up. Mothanathangi. So too this man, Nasoko. Yeah! They're having some fun now.
Fiji Airways Sevens captain Jerry Tuwai praised France-based duo Joshua Tuisova and Semi Rendrandra for their contributions in their pool games. Tuwai says Rendrandra and Tuisova automatically clicked with their game pattern and connected well with the rest of the players. He says Tuisova and Rendrandra showed that they can transfer to sevens with ease.
Yeah, it's good for us because they came in, the Fijian, we just connect really well, and they are not from outside. We've been playing together from Fiji, and we are happy that they can give their time and come and play for us.
Meanwhile, Fiji will feature in the first Cup quarter-final of the London tournament tonight. Fiji is set to play Canada at 9:58 p.m. In other quarterfinals, USA will battle Ireland at 10:20 p.m. South Africa meets New Zealand at 10:42 p.m., while Australia will take on England at 11:04 p.m. The semi-finals will kick off at 1:48 a.m. tomorrow, while the final will be played at 4:57 a.m. And you can watch the London Sevens live on FBC TV. It will be a replay of the 2015 final as the Rewa football side will meet Lambasa in the Vodafone Fiji FAC final at 2 p.m. next Sunday at Nosori's Ratudakambao Park. This was after Rewa defeated Lautoka in the second semi-final at Lautoka's Churchill Park this afternoon. Setereki Hughes scored the lone goal in the 35th minute of play.
We had a good starting 11, we had a good bench. We decided to slow down the game, kept possession, not rushing into our attack. We chose the moments that we wanted to go. Specifically, we disciplined our areas in certain part of the field.
It was great. The whole team went into the match with the same mindset and the right attitude.
After 2 years, the Lambasa football side is back in emphatic fashion to feature in the final of the Vodafone Fiji FAC. The Bambasinga Lions produced a masterclass performance to beat Nandi 2-0 in the first semi-final at Churchill Park earlier this afternoon. Melita Vanga reports.
Coming into the match tagged as the favourites, the Lambasa soccer side did not disappoint as they made use of their scoring opportunities, with Ilisoni Longaiwo claiming his first goal in the 12th minute of play. In the second half, Lambasa once again provided the one-touch football that they are known for. And after lack of concentration from the Nandi defense, Longaiwo headed in his second goal in the 50th minute to seal the win. Coach Anand Sami says they started the match on a slow pace and he had made a few changes in the second spell.
We got the goal, and after that our boys started tightening up and they got into the shape. And then half-time I had to do some changes because I found out where was the problem and we rectified that problem. It worked very well in the second half.
Captain Daniel Wanga thanked his players for playing as a team.
Playing them when we were prepared, the coaches told us everything that we should prepare for coming into the semi-final.
The Bambasinga Lions last featured in the final in 2015, where they won the title after beating Rewa 2-0. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
The Kandrove went down fighting to a much more experienced Tailevu side in their Vodafone Vanua Cup Championship clash at Ratunganila Park in Savu yesterday. The closely contested match saw Tailevu beating the host 33 points to 22 at the final whistle. Eleanor Turangaivu reports.
This try, a few seconds after the hooter sounded, sealed the win for Tailevu, earning them 4 more points in the Vodafone Cup competition. The try also robbed hosts the Kandrove of their bonus points.
It was unfortunate they scored that lucky try at the end there, otherwise we probably would have still in with a bonus point, but I think we lost that bonus point right there.
It's our coach's birthday today. We have won this game for our coach and for the people of Tailevu.
Backed by their vocal supporters, the young Kandrove side played up to size with the Tailevu side, who has had several years of experience in the Skipper Cup competition. Tailevu led 13-10 at the breather.
Good match against a very experienced Tailevu side. I think we had a really good opportunity to win that match, but some inexperience on our part.
Pressure mounted towards the end of the second half, with the Kandrove giving away too many penalties. Tailevu capitalized and came out the winner.
The aim of Tailevu Rugby Union to go back and claim our place in the Super 8 in the Skipper Cup. That's what we are aiming for. And we have a place there. The person who is holding that place will have to go. Will come in and take our place.
The win now sees Tailevu sitting on the second spot in the competition with 21 points. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC Sports.
Castres claimed a 29-13 victory over Montpellier in the top 14 final at Stade Francais in Paris to become champions of France for a third time this morning. Castres put on an instrumental performance in the first half, where they led 19 points to 6.
And that is straight through the sticks. 3 points for Cast. Yeah. Excellent effort there from Franz Stein. 3 points. Hellier machine. There's the kick, and there are the 3 point. And the kick's good from Ida Payeta. Ramos, amigo. He's been there before. It's not a problem. It's perfect. It's just outrageously good.
He is very good. And now
Alex Tulu. Ball does come out. Camberzou out to Julian Demore. Julian Demore is going to score a try. It's the first try for Cast. Incredible. Saving scrum. Watch out for Picamol. They got the penalty. They got the penalty. Picamol's going out. They got the penalty try. It's 7 points for Montpellier. They're back in this.
He's putting his secret weapon on the pitch.
He is down. Gozer. He's in a bit of a bad state. His ankle. Will that be a try? He's been held up. There's the in a final. He's homemade player bloke. There's obviously some, representing Uruguay as well, which is, and we'll see you next season from us here at the Stade de France. Au revoir.
Fijian-born Tangele Voro scored a try to help Waratahs defeat the Reds 52 points to 41 in their Super Rugby clash last night. What's interesting is that this is the Waratahs' highest total against an Australian Super Rugby team and the most points scored in any Australian derby. Well, rain was experienced over the Kandavu, Southern Lao and Lomaiviti group today. Overcast conditions prevailed elsewhere with some showers. Taking a look at the west, mostly cloudy. A passing shower this evening, otherwise mostly cloudy. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, cloudy and humid conditions prevailed throughout the day. And up north, partly cloudy and sunny, a couple of showers this afternoon. At sea, moderate to rough seas were experienced for the tides. High tide is at 10:24 p.m. with the low tide at 4:12 tomorrow morning. Sunrise will be at 6:32. Now for tomorrow, occasional rain, heavy at times and few thunderstorms over the eastern parts of Viti Levu, Southern Lao and the Lomaiviti group, Kandavu and nearby smaller islands is forecast. Rain will gradually ease, so keep those umbrellas handy. And looking further on to Tuesday, it's forecast for more cloudy periods with some showers. Recapping the main stories, Fiji Sevens players ready for final showdown in London. Traders to front court for alleged fraud. And FDB works towards securing Green Climate Fund. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM, to our poll question segment. This week we're asking, will you be watching the Highlanders versus Chiefs Super Rugby match in Suva on June 30th? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.